Good night. On the present video, we are going to make a video podcast based on our experience across the course of English 7. Well, if it was a problem, I went to go first answering some questions. First question, where and how did you start learning English? Well, I started learning English when I was in elementary school. Songs and simple vocabulary activities. However, I became more interested in the language during high school because I realized that English is very important for education, technology, and communication around the world. I also began practicing with music, movies, social media, and online resources. Little by little, I improved my understanding and confidence studying English at university has also helped me develop more academic and professional skills in the language. Second question, main challenge and how you overcame them. Well, major obstacle for me was my inability to speak with confidence in English due to my anxiety about making mistakes when pronouncing words or writing them correctly, in particular, doing so while presenting or conversing with others was very difficult for me because I wasn't sure about whatever I would pronounce was correctly or use proper grammar. An additional complication I face comes from the fact that native speakers tend to communicate at high speeds, making it difficult for non-natives like me, principally, to comprehend what they say. Their question, effective strategies that help you improve. Well, several strategies have helped me improve my English skills over time. Listening to songs while reading the lyrics helped me to improve my pronunciation and vocabulary. Watching movies and series with subtitles has improved my listening comprehension. In addition, practicing vocabulary every day and trying to think in English helped me to become more familiar with the language. Memorable moments, experience related to learning English. One memorable experience was giving my first presentation completely in English at university. At first, I feel very nervous, but after practicing several times, I was able to speak more confident. Another important experience was understanding part of songs and movies without needing translation. That made me realize how much I had improved. I also enjoy practicing in group activities where I can communicate and share ideas of English with my classmates. Mike, your current level and future goals in English proficiency. Currently, I was in my English level is B1. I can understand conversation, read academic tests, and express my ideas in different situations. However, I still want to improve my fluency, pronunciation, and confidence when speaking. One of my future goals is to achieve an advanced level of English that allow me to travel, communicate with people from other countries, and access better professional and academic opportunities. As a future teacher, I also want to use English effectively in education contexts and continue learning from my career. Thank you, and who wants to go next?
Hello, everyone. My name is Valentina. Uh, One question: how did you start learning English? I started learning English in a school, and really interested me because my English teacher spoke fluent and the world participate in activities after and radio. I decided to take a course at Sena National Learning Service where is focused on studying English in depth later. I choose to study a two-degree program the where I further develop my English skills. Um, Second, question, my challenge and how you overcome them. The main challenge were when I started the grade program. I thought everything was what was the same as young English course, and the app that they will demand pronunciation, good spelling, and good reading skill. We was a big challenge over time. I understood that it was a difficult challenge. About write another still towards a two success of becoming a great English teacher. Um, Three question effective strategies that help you improve it. Um, that strategies that help it me with writing is both listening to music podcasts on various topics and watching YouTube videos. This helping me improve my listening, reading, and thinking skill, my English. Um, for for question, memorable experience related to learning English. I really cool experience was my student teaching. We helping meet a strategy meet with next step. Starting in the school classroom. I'm teaching English. You're always afraid of making mistakes, but also learning and then making mistakes is part of the learning process. Five question, your current level and future goals in English proficiency. My English level is B1. My future goal with English is to become this English teacher speed my Florin Esturia bro and excellent one of the best public school, national and international. I also want to share it, my cool note with my student and practice the importance of knowing English for for the future. Thank you.
Hello, classmates. In this moment, an answer in this 5-second question. In, in the first, when and how I start learning English. To be honest, I only learned in the basic school, like colors and numbers, and the real story started when I entered university and UNAT, and I decided I want to be English teacher, so I had to start learning from zero, but with a real purpose this time. And the second question, key challenge, and I overcome them. And my biggest problem was my head. It was terrified of speaking. I used it to get nervous about making a mistake in front of others. And how did you fix it? It just start practicing along with my classmates. I told myself, hey, making mistakes is part of the process. It's fine. And that helped me a lot of fear. In the three question, an effective strategies they help me improve. And for me, the best trick is connection English with my real life. For example, I love reading bicycle and taking care of my birds at home. Okay, and so I start looking for information and watching videos about of the cycling, about all the birds. And also in the practicing class for my university practice forces, the student you understand the topics and the before I teach them in this four question, and the memorable experience relate their learning English. And the most amazing experience was my teaching practice in the Instituto Técnico Agrícola, standing in front of the sixth grade students and speaking English to them was incredible. I also remember a university debate about remote the work. I was so scared at the beginning, and but when I finished, and it felt super proud of myself. In the finally number five, and your current level and future and the English. And in this moment, right now, I feel I am from intermediate level and like in B1. But my goal is the system is to study hard to read and B2 and C1. In the future, I want to grade, become a great teacher, and show my students and learn English impossible and it about your head into it. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. These are my answers. Question one, how and when I start learning English? And I started learning English around 2 years ago. I decided to learn it because I understood that English is important for communication and, in my case, for education and professional opportunities. At the beginning, I only knew some basic words and expressions, so everything felt new and sometimes difficult for me. Question 2. Key challenge and how I overcame them. One of the main challenges I faced was speaking confidently. I was afraid of making mistakes and I felt nervous when I had to speak in English. Another challenge was understanding native speakers or other people because they speak very fast sometimes. To overcome these problems, I started practicing more every day and also listen to videos, music, and conversation in English to improve my listening skill. 3 questions. Effective strategies that help me improve. Some strategies really help me improve my English. First, I practice every day, even if it was only for a short time. I watch videos and movies with subtitles, learn new vocabulary, and try to use new words in sentence. I also practice speaking with other people and complete activities related to grammar and pronunciation. I can say for me, consistency, was one of the most important things. Question 4, memorable experience related to learning English. For me, was when I realized I could understand more English than before. I remember feeling happy when I could watch videos or have conversation or in the debating or mini webinar and understand most of the information. And 5 question, my current level and future goals. In this moment, I consider my English level to be between B1 and B2 maybe. I can understand and communicate in different situations, but I still want to continue improving. My future goals are to speak more fluently, improve my pronunciation, expand my vocabulary, and become more confident when communicating in English. I also want to use English in different environments like academic and professional. Thank you for listening.
Okay, hello, my name is Juliana Arciniegas, and I'm gonna answer the question. The first one is when and how you started learning English. I started learning English when I was in my senior year of high school, and all because I knew a music band that made me want to understand what they say, even if they are Korean. So I started watching content on social networks in English, like movies, series, YouTube blogs, listening to music, and of course, like everyone who is learning a new language, especially English, I use Duolingo. The two key challenges and how you overcame them. I think the fact of learning from the beginning a new language and not knowing anything when I start college because in my town the educational level is very low. But my motivation was very high because there were days when I only spent watching series, and right now I think the challenge is that I don't have the same free time to practice and learn as before. But I still use some methods and practice every day. For example, I like to use the AI to practice my pronunciation and my English and have conversations. The three effective strategies that help you improve. Consume all the content in English. Even if we don't live in an environment of that language, we use technology daily. And being familiar with the language makes it easier to pronounce, for example, and also forming sentences that we have already heard. Therefore, memorable experience that related to learning English. Well, when I traveled to Portugal, I was surprised because all the people there have a very high level of English, so they can easily maintain a conversation or a dialogue with other people, which does not happen in Colombia. On the other hand, I also realized that my English is not so advanced and I was embarrassed to speak with natives. Even if I knew the answer or the translation, I preferred them to speak my language. The last one, your current level and future goals in English proficiency. My current level is B2, but I really want to advance to C1 in this semester and be able to talk about any topic freely without making many pauses, thinking or trying to create sentences in my head before saying them. But the most important thing for me right now is to lose the fear to speak. Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Well, with this, we end the podcast. Thank you very much to look the video, and thank you to all my partners for her answers. Thank you very much. See you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye
very much.
Thank
See
you.
bye.
you.
Goodbye.